Cocaine is a psychoactive substance belonging to the family of central nervous system stimulants, derived primarily from the leaves of the coca plant, a shrub native to the Andean regions of South America, such as Bolivia, Peru, and Colombia. The coca plant, scientifically known as Erythroxylum coca, has been used for centuries by indigenous populations, who chewed the leaves or consumed them in infusions to reduce hunger, fatigue, and cold, and to better cope with altitude. In this traditional form, the effect is milder and slower, and culturally integrated into daily rituals and habits, very different from the modern use of cocaine as a concentrated white powder. In modern cocaine, the active ingredient is isolated in the form of a highly pure alkaloid, making it much more potent and dangerous. Once ingested, cocaine acts rapidly on the brain, blocking the normal reabsorption of certain neurotransmitters, particularly dopamine, which is linked to the sensation of pleasure and reward. This causes intense euphoria, increased energy, a sense of security, and decreased fatigue, but these effects are short-lived, often followed by an emotional crash of irritability, sadness, and anxiety. Physically, cocaine accelerates the heart rate, increases blood pressure, and causes vasoconstriction, narrowing blood vessels. Over time, it can cause arrhythmia, heart attack, stroke, and permanent damage to the heart and blood vessels. Regular use also damages the nervous system. Sleep disturbances, agitation, difficulty concentrating, hallucinations, paranoia, and in the most severe cases, full-blown psychotic episodes. Addiction can develop rapidly because the brain learns to associate cocaine with the sensation of intense pleasure, pushing the user to seek increasingly frequent and often higher doses with a growing risk of overdose. Furthermore, chronic use compromises social, family, and work life. Large amounts of money are spent on the drug, and relationships, responsibilities, and personal plans are neglected. Legally, possession, trafficking, and production of cocaine are considered very serious crimes in many countries. Even simple possession of small quantities can result in administrative or criminal penalties, while possession of larger quantities, trafficking, or involvement in drug trafficking organizations can lead to lengthy prison sentences, asset confiscation, and long-term restrictions on civil rights. Illegal cocaine production and trade also fuel a vast international criminal network of cartels, armed groups, and corrupt networks that exploit poor farmers, destabilize entire regions, and finance other illegal activities. In producing countries, this often translates into violence, deforestation, pollution from illegally used chemicals, a distorted economy, and a lack of alternatives for rural communities. In consumer countries, however, drug trafficking contributes to the spread of crime, the overburdening of health and social systems, the stigmatization of addicts, and enormous economic and human costs. For these reasons, cocaine is not just a drug that harms those who take it, but a complex phenomenon that affects health, justice, the environment, the economy, and social fabric on a global level.